this place so dry, no love to find. You're the only one that ever acts kind. They all after me, what's happening? I wish that you could see what I see. Your boyfriend's a douche that thinks he's cool and doesn't deserve a girl like you.
Hey guys, it's me, Nagato Uzumaki Whittifer. What's up, Uzumaki gang? Now, today, I'm going to be doing part 5 to What If Deku Was Neglected and Was Cheated On. Now, I'm pretty sure last time I left off at the sports festival in Izuku beating Todoroki. Now, hold up, pause real quick. So, this is my cousin's channel. You know, you might have seen him comment on a few of my videos. I'm just telling y'all to, go subscribe to him because he doesn't have that many subscribers. I watched some of his videos and I like his content because he's funny. Also, he edits better than me. So, yeah. But I'm pretty sure I said after Todoroki was going to be Bakugo or Izumi. I think it's Bakugo though. But after he beats Todoroki, Bakugo, I'm gonna say that since Bakugo has already been beaten by Deku, he has already gotten like how do you pronounce it, like howitzer impact? Yeah. So he comes up on like the stadium, because I'm pretty sure they were allowed to wear their hero outfits or the training outfits, and if they weren't, I'm just gonna say they can. Bakugo comes out in his hero outfit, and Deku goes up onto the stage in his hero outfit, which I'm gonna say is like a hoodie, like an anime hoodie, some ripped jeans, and just some normal shoes, right? So then Izuku walks up to the stage, and I still can't really decide what like a good name for him would be. Like, I've seen a few comments, but I don't know. If you guys really want that name, then yeah, I guess that'll be his hero name. But so for now, he just doesn't have one. Yeah. So he gets up on stage in his hero costume, and Bakugo starts mocking him. He's like, "You're not gonna beat me, nerd. Especially looking like that." And basically the whole stadium starts laughing. Everyone in Class 1A is not laughing. Everyone who has fought him or tried to fight him is not laughing. Now, so Izuku's like, "Yeah, whatever, loser." And Bakugo's like, "What did you call me, you nerd?" And Izuku looks him dead in the eyes, puts up 2 middle fingers and said, You're a fucking loser, Bakugo Katsuki." And then Bakugo gets really mad and he charges at Izuku with a howitzer impact ready. And then what Izuku does is he does full counter. Yeah, I know barely anything about it, like I said last video, but he still does it, and it does double the damage back to Bakugo. And so Bakugo basically, so after he gets hit by his own attack, which let's just say that it would have put Deku in the emergency room. He would need every single doctor. But basically, he would need a lot of doctors with healing quirks if that had actually hit and he hadn't used something to block or counter. Um, so Bak, so everyone, so the smoke is covering the stadium, and everyone's thinking that Deku got hit. You know, they're shouting Katsuki, Katsuki, Katsuki. You know, even everyone in 1A because they think someone finally beat him. But then so they start to then when the smoke clears up, they because I'm gonna say that like the stadium was kind of bigger. Bakugo starts tumbling, like he's tumbling through, like he's tumbling um over to the edge of the stadium. And once he gets there, he stops, but he doesn't get up. He's still conscious, but he can't get up. He can't move. Like he has 3D burn, like third degree burns on 75% of his body. And so Izuku goes up to him, and Katsuki's like, "You damn nerd! What did you do? I bet you cheated." And Izuku just flicks his forehead, and Bakugo just starts, like, he flicked the side of his head, and so, because Bakugo was, like, trying to look to the side of him to see Izuku. Once he flicked his head, um, Bakugo basically, like, don't question how he's still alive, but, like, his entire skull got cracked. Like, it's just cracked, but it's not shattered. And so, Izuku then just kicked him off the stage with, like, the weakest kick possible. And he's, like, pathetic. And then, so, you know, like, recovery girl, every, doctor they had on site basically came in, got Bakugo up to, like, the biggest hospital. They literally drove out to the hospital to, get Bakugo a doctor. Now, so, um, alright. So, after, like, the break in between each round, um, um, Izuku, basically, all the other matches went the same. Izuku went up on the stage in his hero outfit, and Izumi went up on the stage in her hero outfit, which I'm going to say it was like Deku's, except he had more of a theme of, like, green, black, and orange since the firepower, you know? So it's kind of like Bakugo's, just in like a reverse, which sounds terrible, probably. So, she gets, so she gets up there and is like, "Now that you beat up my boyfriend, I'm so gonna beat your useless ass." And Izuku's like, "Yeah, well, you seen what happened to him? And guess where he is right now? The emergency room." And so, she just thought that when he flicked Bakugo's head, that he got, like, a concussion or something, because that's what everyone else told her, because they kind of felt bad for whatever reason. And she just thought that he was going to go to the hospital and be there for, like, a week or two. Or, like, a month or something. And so, when she hears that, she gets, like, all pissed. And she's like, "Start the match now. Start it." And so Midnight's like, "Alright." And then, or like, "Alright." And then starts the match. And so, as soon as the match is started, she runs at, Izuku. And so, oh god, this is gonna be so OP. So his eyes change red with Obito's Mangekyo Sharingan. And I'm gonna say just because it would be, like, too inconvenient for him to go blind if he ever used Sharingan or something. I'm just gonna say, like, he has a constant activation of Hashirama cells, but he doesn't have like the face. I'm not giving him the face ever. So he he uses Kamui, and like he turns himself intangible, and so when she comes up and tries to hit him with like a flaming punch, and also has what was it called again that Deku uses when he doesn't break his bones? I think it was um yeah, you guys gotta tell me in the comments, because my memory, I have trash memory, bro. So she tries to hit him with like a 5% flaming Detroit smash, which is what she calls it. And so what gets her is like it went straight through him. And then what he does is he turns around to look at her, and then he changes his eyes to Itachi's Mangekyo Sharingan. So he has Tsukuyomi and Amaterasu. And then when he looks at her, she looks him in the eyes. Boom, Tsukuyomi. And then so then when she turns around, since she had basically right before she had faced through him, or like basically right before she faced through him, he changed one of his eyes to Itachi's, and that was the one that had Tsukuyomi in it. And then he had changed the other one to Rinnegan for after he had done the mind torturing. So he uses Tsukuyomi, right? And then she turns around to hit him, but when she turns around, she sees everyone she cares about, Bakugo, Mitsuki, whatever, Bakugo's dad's name was. Her mom, some of her friends from middle school, and, some of her friends from UA and other schools. Her dad, I don't know why I said her dad last. Her dad should have been, like, right next to her mom. Basically, she sees all those people, and then they all reach out to her, like, shouting, like, it's your fault that we're here. It's your fault that it's like this. And she's like, what are you talking about? And what do you mean? And she starts crying. And when she looks around, everything's, like, red, like, orangish red and black. And when she looks up in the sky, she sees, like, a gigantic Izuku, getting ready to crush them. Except right before it hits, like, it slams on top of them, he disappears in the mist, and she starts laughing. He's like, see, look, we're fine. And then they look at her and smile, and, like, it looks like the world turns back to normal. But then after it turns back to normal, they start screaming, and she had turned away when she laughed, so she turns back, and she sees that they're all melting, like, kind of like what happened to Shikamaru in that genjutsu that he got caught in that one time when he was fighting that one lady. Yeah, they basically started melting like that. And so she cries and she drops to her knees. And so after that, she hears Izuku and he says, get up, peasant. And so she looks up and everything's back to normal. And so basically everyone had wondered what was happening. But so then she looks into his eyes and she sees that it's purple with rings in them. And then he's like, you don't deserve to be here. You don't know true pain. And then he moves one of his fingers up and then, like, moves it to the side basically and slams her outside the stadium. And and then he looks at her in the ground, walks to the stadium before they even declare the match is over, and says, you pathetic scum don't know pain. I will make you know pain. I will make you know what it's like to be a true hero. And then he walks away. Or or more precisely walks to where they give the medals. So he's in first, and then they have to wait for like a few hours for, you know, Izumi to get there because she's broken mentally and physically. Well, he didn't even really do anything to her. He just hurt her mentally, so she had to stay in a room for a few minutes crying, or a few hours. Then she came to the second place podium, glared at him, and then accepted the medal. And a few hours later, Bakugo came back with like a head, more precisely, full body cast on Bakugo. And so he went up to the stage, like people, doctors were helping him up to the stage, and and he looks at Izuku, and, like, he gets his bronze medal. He looks at Izuku and says, you may have beaten me, you stupid nerd, but guess what? I'm banging your sister. And Izuku's like, bro, am I supposed to be jealous that you're banging my sister with, like, bro, yo, Alabama? No offense, but he's like, bro, Bakugo, you make it sound like we're from Alabama, dude. Bro, what's your 1-inch defeater looking ass? And then Bakugo just looks away. Well, more precisely, has to, like, look, like, he can't even turn his head. He has to, like, look with his eyes away, but his head is still facing him, so it looks kind of weird. And so Izuku gets his gold medal, and everyone in the crowd is just, not saying anything, not cheering, but not, booing either. And so I think they got, like, a chance to speak. When he got to speak, he was like, I really want to thank, some certain people for getting me here. I want to thank Toya. I want to thank, I want to thank Mina Ashido and Kyoka Jiro for my class. I want to thank Mei Hatsume, who has also helped me here. I want to thank one of my best friends, Shinso, who is in the support department. But, he really could replace almost anyone in Class 1A, my personal opinion. You could get almost any one of them out of there. You could get, Todoroki out of there, because I'm pretty sure it's it was like part 2. That's the one Momo cheated on with. He's like, you could also get Momo with her privileged ass out of here, out of Class 1A. Shinso just nods his head, like, yeah, he's a homie. And he's like, oh, I also want to thank, my fellow boys. I want to thank Mineta and Danky for always being there with me, because I'm going to say, since they were perverted and he's kind of perverted, they got along well, like, they clicked. He's like, and they're just shaking their heads like, yeah, he's fun. And so, yeah, I'm gonna, and he's like, and thank you all for, and he's like, thanks to the people I just mentioned for helping me get here. And, bye. And then he just, like, body flickers off the stage. And then, where he body flickered to was the, I'm gonna say they had, like, a ramen place near the school. And, once Toya and, like, all of his friends, like, once Shinso and, Toya, who was watching from home, and once, Denki and Kaminari realized he blitzed there, like, once they realized he blitzed there, because they were gonna meet up later after the sports festival, they just start running there. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it off there. Also, guys, don't forget, subscribe to my cousin. This is his channel, and goodbye.